Dear students, in the last class we have discussed about the four structural properties, of glucose, right? In among those four structure of glucose characters, we have studied that the first character explains about the what is the actual molecular formula of a glucose, and that is nothing but C6H12O6. And later, what we are going to study is nothing but if there is a C6H12O6, then what type of chemical nature it consists of, or how many number of OH groups are present, how many number of carbons are present, how many numbers of aldehyde groups are present. Everything we are going to discussing right in the last class itself. We have till discussed. The first property. Uh, if I react the glucose with the hydrogen iodide, then definitely it will give a straight chain N-hexane. That means normal hexane. That normal hexane, the formation of normal hexane indicates the presence of 6 carbon atoms in the glucose, right? So this is one we can identify. And how they ask the doubts on the particular points, I have already given a hint. So go through it. If you have, you can follow the some important questions also, right? And then the second property is nothing but when I react this glucose with the hydroxylamine. So when I react with this glucose with the hydroxylamine, then the formation of oxime. This formation of oxime, what it does, that means what we can conform in the glucose after reacting with the hydroxylamine, that means NH2OH. Already I have given, reaction also. You just check that, right? So it indicates the presence of carbonyl compound or carbonyl group in the glucose, right? But the carbonyl group may be present in the form of aldehyde, but it may be present in the form of carboxylic acid, or it may be present in the form of ketone. So that is the big task for us. Among these three, which type of carbonyl group is present? For that, what we did is we have reacted this glucose. In the fourth point, what we did, we have reacted the glucose with the bromine water. So after reacting this glucose with the bromine water, we get the gluconic acid. And that gluconic acid, formation of gluconic acid indicates the carbonyl group is confirmed. It is present in the glucose, but it is in the form of aldehyde, right? So these 3 to 4 points we have discussed in during the last class. So in today's class we will extend our study. So still 2 more reactions we have in this structural discussion of glucose. So after that we will move into the next part of it, right? So coming to the fifth point. So in fifth point, what we need to do is we are reacting this glucose with the acetic anhydride. So or acetylation of glucose, that means we have to react this with the acetic acid, right, of glucose with acetic anhydride, sorry, not acetic acid, acetic anhydride. What is acetic anhydride? I will explain now, right? So acetic anhydride gives right, after reacting this with the acetic anhydride, it gives pentaacetate, right? It gives pentaacetate, which confirms the presence of the presence of 5 OH group in glucose. So again, these points are very important, right? So they will ask you directly, how do you confirm the presence of 5OH group in the what glucose? So that means you need to explain like this. That means acetylation, or when we react this glucose with the acetic anhydride, then definitely it what we will get is pentaacetate. That means the 5 mole of acetic anhydride reacts with what? Our glucose. That means it indicates the that indicates the presence of OH group. Because of presence of OH group only, they are reacting with the acetic anhydride, right? So and OH, these 5 OH group, right? I will rub this. Later we will see the reaction of this, right? So acetic anhydride is nothing but CH3 C double bond O C double bond O CH3. So this is our compound, right? So that means this is our acetic anhydride. We are going to react our glucose with this, right? So this is nothing but acetic anhydride. So now see here, when this this molecule is undergoing into the what reaction, then definitely what it need to do, it has to go into the ionization. So that means ionization, you can either side you can break the bond, right? So this is the bond breakage, or else if you come from this side, then you can show the breakage like this. So now see here, very important. So if the see, there is a O and C, that means the bond between O and C. So now you just try to understand about the electronegativity. So now among these O and C, right? Among O and C, O is more electronegative. So while bond breaking, while the bond breakage takes place, the bonded pair, that means the electron involved in the bond, they attracted by the oxygen. So that means because of the more electronegativity of this oxygen than the carbon, the electrons are coming near to what? Oxygen. So why? Because oxygen is more electronegative. So thus what happens here is, it will get partially negative charge, and it will get what? The complete carbonyl compound get partially positive charge. After bond breakage, you can say complete, right? So partially negative. This is the condition before the bond break. After bond breaking, definitely this the complete bond breakage takes place, and the partial becomes complete charge. So this is the what? Ionization of acetic anhydride. So if you see the reaction, CHO, so our glucose is like this, CHO, CHOH 4 times, right? CH2OH, right? If I react this with the acetic anhydride, so you can write it clearly, acetic anhydride, then it forms CHO as it is. Why? Because here there is no OH group. Very important. Why? Because it is a aldehydic group, right? So don't get confused, sir. Here there is a OH. It can react this with this OH also. No, that is not the case, right? So now CH. See, CH is nothing but what? Positive charge. Partially positive charge. Why? Because CHOH. This OH is breaking a bond, right? So OH is breaking a bond means what? What it will do? Because of oxygen, it will take all the electron with this with OH itself. So now OH becomes what? Negative. Don't forget, OH becomes, so somewhere here I will write it. OH becomes negative. It will break a bond with the CH, and in the form of minus charge or else negative charge. So now OH is left with us, and now what is the condition? So now this is positive charge. CH3 is the positively charged species, and CH3CO minus is negative charged species. Which part will react now from the acetic anhydride? Definitely this part. Why? Because it is also having a positive charge. It is also having a positive charge. So positive, positive, definitely it will repel. So thus, now what happens is, definitely this part will come and react. That is how O. Why? Because negative is on O, not CH3. The configuration will be reversed. So C double bond O CH3. How many they are? Four, like this. CH again. There is a what? OH here. Sorry, CH2. There is a OH here. Again, the same process takes place. The OH, it will, and now these OH will go and react with this CH3COOH. They will form, right? So this is the condition. So now again the same part will come. See, O C double bond O CH3. So if I count the number of acidic anhydride, 4 plus 1, 5, right? So that's why, because of 5 OH group is present in our glucose, so that's why these 5 acidic anhydride are directly going into the reaction with what? Our glucose. So that's why it confirms the presence of what? 5 OH group in our glucose molecules. So one, you can say this as a pentaacetate, right? Fantastic. Very simple type of reaction. If you know the ionization part, then definitely you can come to know what is the conditions, right? So you just go through the book. So again, you will get the more idea. I will rub this. So next, the last point of glucose is, right. So the last point of this is, character is, we have till now we have confirmed that there are 6 OH group. There is a carbonyl group, and carbonyl is group is of aldehyde, and there are 5 OH group by doing different tests. And finally, if we react this acidic form, if we provide a acidic medium, that means acid like nitric acid and all. If I react this glucose with the nitric acid, it able to form a saccharic acid or saccharic acid. This saccharic acid, the formation of saccharic acid confirms the presence of one primary OH group. Very important. If you want, you can have this. Glucose reacts with strong oxidizing agent, strong oxidizing agent, HNO3, that means nitric acid, right? Nitric acid gives saccharic acid, saccharic acid, saccharic acid, which means that, or it confirms that, one we can say, which means that glucose having one primary OH group, right? So this is the next last point about this. So everything we came to know, but after reacting this glucose with the strong oxidizing agent, that means oxidation. Oxidizing agent is nothing but, or it will undergo the into the it will add up the oxygen molecules directly, one we can say, in the organic, right? So it will add the oxygen molecules and removes the hydrogen, one we can say, right? So if we react this with glucose with the nitric acid, it gives saccharic acid. the formation of saccharic acid, what it confirms is there is a one OH group among five OH group. There is a one OH group which is primary OH group. How, we will see now, right? So see here, take a glucose again, right, and try to react it with the again a glucose CHOH 4 time CH2OH, right? So now if I react this with the nitric acid, strong oxidizing agent, remember these points, very important. So oxidation may take place here also, right? So COOH, definitely here it will take place. And now here our nitric acid will not react. That is very important. The nitric acid will not react. Why? Because we are using a very less amount of nitric acid. If we use a more amount, then definitely they may come into the reaction again. So that we won't want. Why? Because and one more thing, we can say, this nitric acid will react with those OH which are not steric hindered. That means if the molecule is compactly arranged, then it is very difficult to react, undergo into the reaction, right? So whenever there is a freeness is there only when we can see the oxidation, right? So here also when we will get COOH, this is our saccharic acid. So saccharic acid, see now, very important. So here already I have explained to you, there is no OH group, but because of presence of C double bond O, that is carbonyl group, it can undergo into the oxidation. And one more thing, why it is undergoing into the reaction is nothing but it is the topmost carbon, and it is not having any steric hindrance. Steric hindrance means crowd, one we can say, right? There is no crowd here, directly one we can react, but here there is a crowd. As molecule extends, then what happens? The crowdness increases, right? So now see here, this is the most important case now. If I write openly, then CH2OH. See here, there is a C, again, there are 4 to 5 C's above this, above this C. But this OH group only belongs to this C itself, not these C's, in between C's, right? So definitely we have to consider this OH for this C only, right? So now this is again, if I write openly, this will be look like this CH, or else one we can write like this COH, H and H, right? This OH is directly attached to what? Carbon atom, this carbon atom, and this with respect to this carbon atom, right? With respect to this carbon atom, this OH is primary OH, right? Why? Because see here, if I write one more carbon of glucose, means to this carbon only one alkyl group is there, right? Primary, secondary, tertiary or quaternary one we can decide based on the number of alkyl group surrounded to that particular central carbon atom. To this central carbon atom there are two H and one C and one OH. And primary, secondary, based on what we are deciding? Based on the number of alkyl group attached to this particular central carbon atom to which the OH group is attached, right? So with respect to this is a primary OH group. So that's why after formation of a saccharic acid, one we can decide or one we can confirm that there is a one OH group which is a primary OH. So this is all about the glucose structure. And dear student, one I can say is, for these points I can take one class, right? For one point, one we can discuss 1 hour also, but it is online, so I cannot get your doubts instantly. So that is the reason why I'm just going very slow, right? So and these are very very important, right? So why the here the nitric acid is going for oxidation, not here? Why that? These all questions will come, right? So that's why I'm going in I'm going very slow. I decided to take again optical activity of this glucose, but it will be not possible for me now. So in the next class, definitely we will discuss about the optical activity of what are glucose, right? So go through the book, please. Daily I am requesting you. Why? Because it is a very best time for you, and we are also very discussing very small part of our chapter. So that's why when you can get more and more time to read your book. And why? Because if you listen, or if you get a suggestion from the toppers of NEET and all, what they will say is just the NEET is the basement. I mean NCRT, sorry, NCRT is the basement for your NEET, right? So please go through it. I mean, if you read line by line, then definitely when you can crack any exam, right? Thank you. With this, we will complete or conclude our class. So in the next class, we will see the optical activity and cyclic structure of glucose, right? Thank you.